Hey kids, Mark Miller here. Welcome everybody. Let's jump out over into this view. I'm checking in some code right now. I just realized I was testing out my LifeX. Hold on a second. Do we need to refresh the drones? Let's check to see what's going on there. Drones working? Looks like no. We need to refresh that. Give me a second with that. And now. No. Copperbeardy rating with a party at 21. Hey, Copperbeardy, welcome. I am just in the middle of resetting. Thanks for that raid. Thanks for the raid, everybody. Thanks for the raid, Copperbeardy. Let me, we're about to get started here. I'm just resetting a couple things because I was, and I think it's got some disconnects here. I'm going to reset and restart some of this stuff. We'll get the fanfares working. Uno momento, por favor. Let me restart some pieces here. 1, 2. There we go right there. How was your stream, Copperbeardy? How come I don't see the notification of you going live? I don't know. I'm not sure why that's the case. Let me just reset a couple things here. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4 right there. Now let's see with that reset. Do I get music coming in? There we go. Got some music coming in. Refresh this. Kids, if you're new to the stream, we're working on, we're spending some time doing some Dungeons and Dragons kind of activity is what we're doing. We're creating essentially a game engine for it and special effects. Just the process of checking in some code yesterday. We're also working recently on playing cards. So that viewers watching a live Dungeons and Dragons can play some cards. That's what we're and affect the game. That's what we're working on. We're starting fun doing some Blazor server with DevExpress components. Copperbeardy, you're gonna love what we've got coming out in CodeRush. I watched a video of it today, and it looks really good. We've got templates coming out in CodeRush that make it crazy easy to add DevExpress Blazor components onto the page, and really the devs did a really good job in terms of reducing number of keystrokes to pretty much the absolute minimum. Yeah, I love it when an implementation of a spec turns out better than the spec. And that was what I was watching this morning. Cody Willis here. Mic volume is pretty low. Thanks for that, buddy. I'm going to crank that up for you. Cranking that up over there. Checking. Yeah, it looks okay there. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. I was playing with the LifeX light bulbs as well. I got 2 of them on either side of me. That's for the fireball effect. For folks who haven't been here before, I got a virtual fireball effect here. Let me just turn these off individually here. There we go. Go back to regular lighting. The light bulbs are so that when I bring the virtual fireball that's in my hand close to my face, they're going to brighten up the face in the color of the light bulb. Is this on GitHub? It is on GitHub. At least the code is. The part that's not out there is the assets. The assets are not out there. Yeah, it's awesome, but unfortunately without the assets, it's essentially just an engine. I can't post the assets out there because I've licensed those separately, and they're only for me. So that's kind of what's going on there. So yeah, you get to see the code out there. It does look pretty good in terms of what's out there. If you haven't seen this before, I'll give you just a tech demo right here. I'm going to throw out 12 D12s. I'll give them force damage. And that's what it looks like. That's what you're seeing are D12s with
73 force damage.
D12s with the force damage visual effect. And so, as an example, in Dungeons and Dragons, there are I think 13 different kinds of damage, and we've got effects for all of those. So what you get is, like, just another quick sample here. We'll throw out 8 D8s with fire damage, and that's what that looks like right there. So we've got different fire effects or different damage effects for all of it. We've got the voice announcer that kicks in to explain what's going on. That actually is pretty important to have that voice announcer there in the show. By the way, if you guys are interested in that, the show is out over there at twitch.tv/DragonHumpers. Last night we did a show and we were testing out the new card playing mechanism, and that's what I want to work on today. I want to fix the UI on that a little bit. There were just a few minor tweaks I want to make on it, and I also want to go to our card. Pudding. Can you clear this up, please? I'm trying to do a professional coding show, Pudding. If you're wondering what's going on with Copperbeardy and Coding Gorilla, those kids are VIPs, and so VIPs, if they're lucky, they get a free fanfare, and that's what's going on with that. No professionalism here, just Pudding. Yeah. So that's kind of what's going on. We've got Fred over there. Fred's a digital character. Fred, can you say hi? But can you say hi? Okay, you're waving. I get it. Yes, you can say hi. You're not going to do it? Huh? Okay, fine. So Fred doesn't want to talk right now. That's Fred. By the way, kids out there, you can make me talk. I think you can. Let's see if this is working. Sometimes, test. There you go. So if you type in bang my name, a colon, and then a quote, you could say, make me say something. If you do an open paren, make me think something. Like that. That might be too much power. I think you might need to be at a certain level of viewer. You might need to be a regular, like a level 7 viewer, I think here, which means that you watch a certain number of shows, that sort of thing. Anyway, welcome to everybody here. Let me just quickly make some notes here on this. These are the changes that we made yesterday on this. I fixed some issues with the field, creation, and yeah, that was a testing piece I added. What do we did? We implemented the card played event. Is what we did. Let me kind of bring this up a little bit so you can see what I'm typing in here. So we did. So what we got here. Move that to there, and bring this over here. All right, that's not quite where I want it. Maybe there. You can see kind of things. Oh, come on, please. Yeah, right there. Okay, so we implemented the card plate event. We made that thing fire off, which is good. I think I can bring that all the way over there. Okay. That's the card plate event triggering, and I think that's it. No, it's not quite it. System variables. We added card username. And we've also got a thing going on here in the background. It's a C# scripting engine, and we have extensions into that engine, so we can create like system variables like card username. And we did that yesterday as well, system variable. And we use the scripting so that we can put the rules of D&D in a spreadsheet. That's essentially what we're doing. So it's in a Google Sheets. That's super cool. You added that generic method in there to get the parameter back, which is, and then there's some pieces of this, the magic architecture. So we wrote this like months ago, and I was looking back at it again yesterday and realizing we actually did we did some clever things here. Every once in a while, I think, I'll say every once in a while, I look back on stuff that we did on the show and I think, oh, not bad, that's pretty clever. And of course, there's also looking back on stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, that wasn't good because of timing, right? Trying to get the show, to continually be moving, right? And we made some sacrifices, and so we got some code that's not so good, that needs some refactoring for sure, but that's just, a byproduct of it. But the magic, this generic method we added yesterday, this is really good. The magic, what's cool about it, let me bring up the spreadsheet for you, and I'll kind of give you a peek at what I'm reacting to here that I think is very cool, is the magic allows me here in the definition for it, the declaration for it here, to be, to say, hey, it's going to take these parameters right here, property name, amount, and duration, right? And what happens is we're going to now, when we create our magic, we've got a magic item out there that pulls this in, and that magic item knows that the first parameter is called property name, the next one's called amount, next one's duration. And then later, let's bring up the cards data. So when we play a card, for example, we play a card that that gives you a secret saving bonus, for example. We call give magic. There's the recipient. There's the magic item we're going to give, secret card mod, which is right there. And it takes 4 parameters. And then after those 2 things in give magic, we then simply pass the 4 parameters: card username, card GUID, saving, and the modifier, whatever that's going to be. And then what happens is that data gets passed down into here, into an instance of this when that magic is given. And we can do things like, hey, float player text, hey, this person got a secret card from card username. And over here, we can do the same thing. We can reference these $ parameters, these parameters with $ type, $ value, and those are stored in the individual instance. So pretty cool. Okay. All right. Back over here. So that was cool. This new piece right here just allows me to specify parameter name and the type I'm expecting, and it'll go figure it out, right? So I can add, on an instance of a magic, I can ask for a particular parameter, and so the calling code really cleans up. It's nice on that. Yeah, it's cool. What else do we do here? Dice layer. Getting the messaging out on the dice layers. There's a bug here that I kind of want to go after too, maybe today. But we implemented the card mod reporting. So when multiple cards are playing that affect a dice roll, we've got that in the reporting, and when the dice comes up, so visually you can see that. Roy's going to be here a little later. Roy's going to be here, I think, about 1 hour and 15 minutes. That's when we're expecting to see Roy. E.g. +2, +3, -1. So if a whole bunch of cards were played at once on the roll, we see the impact on the roll. So we did that. I set this. There we go. In this method called modified test total roll for testing purposes, I set this to critical hit. I want to do some testing on here. I haven't used this in a while, but I noticed an issue with reporting when we roll a d20. So I'm expecting when I roll any die, it's going to come back and say nat 20, even though it's not because of this change. So maybe, should I get rid of this for now temporarily? I'm not sure yet. I'll keep it for now. And then I just added some stuff for testing as well. Okay, that's it. Get rid of this. Sometimes I see these here. I'm not sure what's going on. It looks like Visual Studio might be creating this, maybe. I'm not sure. Let's ignore it though. And I think that's my check-in. Stage all those. Push changes immediately. Go, 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 go. All right. There's my check-in for this morning. All right, let's go after that that D20 die roll and see if we can duplicate that. Let's set up a roll here. Let's go with lady. Let's grab her tenderizer. Roll a die. Oh, actually, this one's probably gonna be D20. I want to actually test skill checks, not attacks. Yeah, so it does treat it as a D20.
14 plus 9. That is a hit.
Okay, so now we're gonna do a saving throw.
17 bludgeoning damage.
Skill check rather. We're gonna do some skill checks here. Test this out. We'll see a bug hopefully. So, oh, it is a D20 anyway. Cool.
20 bonus roll.
Nice roll. 39.
20 plus 2. Success.
Good. 20 plus 2. So visually everything's great. They're not getting the second roll. That's what I want to figure out why we're not getting that. I want to go after that bug right now. Let's do that. Let's close down Lady's control right there. We're going to create a new local host here for the die roller so we can get some data on it. Let's just roll it now and see if there's anything showing up in the console, because I do have some data, some console log messages out here. We're going to do it one more time. We're going to do lady skill test.
15 plus 4. Success.
Now that time, we didn't do a second roll. That is weird. So we weren't able to reproduce it. Let's try one more time.
Three plus 5. Failure.
Okay, we are not doing the secondary roll. All right, well, we'll start there. Try to figure out why that's not working. And work our way in there to try to get this to work here. Somewhere in the place that we need to worry about is, I think it's get roll report, get roll results, report roll results. So we're in this space. It's like intuitively I almost know where to fix the bug, but I would like to be able to see more information here in terms of what's going on. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to come over here and add this to a favorite. We'll create the group, be the D20 skill test bug. Create that group over here. I'm using CodeRush if you're wondering what's going on over here. This is a thing in CodeRush called Code Places. I'm just kind of doing this to collect some pieces, partially because the file's pretty big. This file is like, I don't know, it's about 4,000 plus lines of code. And so I want to be able to just keep track of the places that are interesting to be in here. I've also got something in here, test, what is it? Modify total roll for testing purposes. That guy there. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here, why we didn't get a call here, apparently, or why it didn't work. So I'm just going to do that. And we're going to come back over here, refresh. And let's go try it again. And we are rolling on two different screens at once. The audio that you're hearing.
6 plus 6. Success.
What do we get? We did not see. We didn't see it, so it's not getting called. Modify roll for testing purposes, not apparently getting called. Wait, did I miss that? Yeah, I don't think I missed it. So here, need to roll bonus dice. Well, need to roll bonus dice isn't being called. It is. If on bonus throw or not, is set bonus throw. Maybe we're getting out here. Just throw that out as well. See what we're going. See what that looks like. Refresh.
Acrobatics. 19 plus 6 success.
Doesn't seem to be getting here. Dice definitely stopped rolling. We're not getting here in this call. Let's see what we've got right now. See if we see that.
One plus one failure.
Okay, this is like almost stunning to the point that it's not making sense. I'm going to do an empty cache and a hard reload because I'm definitely expecting us to. Okay, there you go. Okay. All right. That was my problem. You hadn't refreshed it. All right, let's do one more time here. Let's come in, refresh.
Acrobatics. 6 plus 6 success.
Okay. So let's see, what do we have here? We are coming in and setting it to the nat 20. We get the roll mod 0. So okay, so it's good that we're actually setting it. All right, so we can kind of undo some of this stuff. We put some of these messages in because we thought it wasn't reaching there and it didn't make sense. So now we've got need to roll bonus die we know is happening. These two are false coming in here. We're out of here. Need to roll bonus dice. Set up bonus roll. Okay, so I think I set a bonus roll. We're looking for where we're not there. One bonus throw. Roll bonus dice. Here we go, bonus roll. All right, well, this is not looking good to me right here. At this point, I've got on bonus throw, roll bonus dice. It sets it to true. So that just means we're going to get out of there. Set up bonus roll. This basically just means, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, those are both false. Okay, that's good. Check attack, bonus skill modifier, bonus rolls. Okay, so let's look at here. That 20 skill check bonus roll is false. We set it true here. If die in play, die counts as total scored die. And die is a d20 and get down is equal to that. Okay, here we're not using the piece before that's It's basically saying we need to override it. It's kind of what we're not using. Okay, so let's do this. Let's add this. I like how this channel is called Code Rush, that this channel screams Code Chill. Okay, I guess, okay, cool. Screams Code Chill. All right, D20 skill test bug. All right, so we're gonna add this over here as well. Let's go back to, what was it, testing? Nope, wrong place. Testing. That's the one I want right there. This .d20 roll value is equal to that. We're making some decisions on this. And actually, it's okay. So I'm going to take that right there. We're going to do one more thing. I'm going to throw this over here as well in that same group. Come back to where we were in that check. And I'm going to come down here. And in parens, I'm going to do this. I'm going to say, or that is equal to nat 20. Or alternatively, let's do that instead. It's the name of the product for which Mark is the architect. Yeah. That is true. Okay. So we've got that. We've got this now. I just need, when we roll the dice, I need to set this to false at some point here. So we got a method here called please roll dice. When we're called from the connection, then I'm just going to say this dot has net 20 for testing purposes equal to false. It's flying in. A little bit low. Like a little low. It's still. How you doing, Mystic Soda? Glad to have you with us here today. Okay, let's see if that works better. I think that's going to now give us something a little bit better.
Inside.
Looking for something else.
11 plus
There you go.
1. Success!
So cool. That's what I'm hoping for. Good. Now, the problem is in the audio right there. So let's see. I just wanted to see what we were bringing in here. Nothing is really coming in that's going to tell us what that second die is yet, at least not in the console log. So next I want to go to report roll results. I believe report roll results. And inside here, there's a call near the end. Announce roll commentary. Let's just do this. Let's throw that out for now. Let's throw out roll results as well. Just like that. That may be enough. Intimidation.
13 plus 8. Success!
All right, 13 that. So, got the 18, but we didn't get the 13 on top of it. I just want to see total scoring dice. It's for player with ID 2, and they've got a 18. No nat 20s. I can hear internally. Demonstrated card mods, card transfer mods. Yeah, well, the total scoring dice is wrong. That's my take on it. So total scoring dice at this point is wrong. So we need to go find that. By the way, how do we get this one set? Where do we assign this? There it is right there. So it's wrong there. And so it's wrong in the results. So let's go to get roll results. Total scoring dice is here. Is the 18 was the first roll. It says if the bonus roll is not... All right, let's do this. We're going to turn on logging here. Log progress is true. Give us more data to go wade through over here, but let's see if we can nail it, find out what's going on here. Okay, get a 3.
5 failure.
3 is the first one. Five is the next one. So getting the first one, but not the fifth one. Oh, look at this. Roll type is bonus. That's the problem, I think. That's cool. Good. So that's my 2-hit modifier. Well, it's also the 2-hit modifier. Dag counts as bonus. Yeah, if it's a bonus, then it's also part of the score. Let's see what's going on with the bonus in here. Total bonus. That's total roll, right? Oh, but it's not total scoring dice. Scoring dice are not added in there. Okay, so this is basically where we want to be, right here. And I think what we want to do is we want to say, hey, total scoring dice, the single player ID, set plus this dot total bonus. Like that. I think that's got a shot of fixing it. Let's see if that works. Intimidation. All right, 13.
1 plus 8 failure.
The bonus roll. 13 plus 3. So we're looking for 16. There we go. I think we fixed it. All right, let me close this. Let's go in here and refresh in the main stream and see if that fixes the sound. With the new data, I'm hoping to be able to hear the data that matches on the visual.
Perception. Nat 20. Bonus roll.
So it should be 10.
10 plus 5. Success.
Go. Sweet. All right, that wasn't too bad. Let's turn off my logging in here. Set that equal to false. And we need to go to the D20 testing. Modify total roll for testing purposes. We'll set that to false. Kill that. And I don't think I need that anymore. I'm not going to really worry about that anymore, I think. Okay. Okay. Next, the card play UI. I want to switch over to C# here and look at this a little bit. We'll talk about the card play UI because we haven't talked about that yet. At least not today's show. So over on Streamloots, I've got some got some cards that I've created up here. And here's my collection. I think here we go. So we've got some cards here. So we can come in here, test the card, give it to a player, say play the card. Should see it. There it is. Okay, I think we're doing load on demand for the pieces, so it took a moment to come in. Let's play another one in here. Okay. So, a couple things. The name, I think, needs to be on the screen longer. I'll write that down in terms of what I want to do here. Let's get a kind of a to-do in here of what we're going to do for today. So I want, let's see, name on the card to be up longer. There was an issue I noticed last night where secret card reveals appear behind shown cards. So I'll show you what I mean by that. If I were to come in and let's give me one more card that's not a secret card, like there, like that one. So give me that one card right there. Okay, and if I were to come into the UI here and select this card right here, the other one was what? It was a secret skill bonus, I think. No, saving penalty maybe? Maybe it was saving penalty is what I gave myself. So if I do a saving throw, what should happen is if these are secret saving penalty cards, they should be displayed. But what I noticed is they were showing up behind this card right here. Let's see if we can see that happening here. Yeah, it's behind it. See it?
14 minus 9 failure.
So that's not good. So one more time, I'll get a screenshot of it. So have this one up, do another saving throw. Screenshot. Did I get it in time?
15 minus 5 failure.
Yeah, it's kind of done. You can kind of see it. So we got that. Just a reminder of what we got to do. That's a TypeScript. These first two are TypeScript things I want to fix, but they're in TypeScript, so I want to fix that. Actually, it doesn't show that it's behind it, but I'll remember that. Secret card reveals appear behind the selected, maybe instead of saying shown cards, the selected card. Selected card. I think this is just an inserting of an index issue, and I think it's an easy fix. I think it's one line of code, but that's out there. Win their first play. Okay, one of the other things if player has only one card or one playable card in the hand, consider playing it when the play card button is pressed. Even when it is not selected. And so what I mean by that is I've got one card right here, nothing selected on it. Let me just drop the card down and then bring it back up. If I'm here and I hit my play card button, I kind of want it to just play. I think. That's what I think. Just to show you what the layout looks like on my Stream Deck, it's like this. This button right here, this one we don't need anymore. This button right here brings my cards up and down. So I just hit that, toggle it up and down. These buttons here allow me to select among, one card or many. Also, every time I hit the change selection, I want to update again the name of the person up here. That's the other thing that's not happening is I'm hitting these buttons now because I only have one card, I'm not seeing it. If I were to give myself a second card, then hitting the button would show the name each time. What's happening here? There we go. Took a while. Okay, so now if I do it, you see the name of it. By the way, these names are randomly chosen from a list of folks that I just grabbed names from. So these may be real people, but they're not actually playing the card right now. I try to play card here with the UI. That UI is a little big. Cannot play secret cards. UI is a little big. Got that down too. Cannot play card. The X is big. Okay. I want pressing left, right, card select buttons should refresh contributor's name when only one card in hand. Okay, I want idle time to put the hand away. In other words, if a player does what I'm doing right now, and we haven't done anything, you know, there's no card's been pressed, no button has been pressed here or here, after a certain amount of idle time, I want them to be put away like that automatically. Idle time. So I'm thinking about like, I don't know, 20 seconds? Put the hand away.
Code Rush!
And Crump says Code Rush! By the way, kids, I know a little bit about Code Rush, so if you are working in Visual Studio, you either want to copy Code Rush and you don't have it, I can get one for you absolutely free. Just ask for it in the chat room. The other thing is, if you have any questions, Code Rush questions, or suggestions, let me know. We're actually in the process of working on our roadmap for 2021. And there's like a couple things I feel pretty good about. One of those is actually I can't really talk about it. I don't want to talk about it yet until we implement it. But one of them, well, I guess we could kind of describe it. It's going to open things way up in a place that I felt really constrained and restricted on. And so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Okay. So a couple of these things. There was something else I wanted to do as well. Put the hand away. All right, I'm going to go after idle time first because that's in C#. I promised you I was going to work in C#, at least for some of the day. So I want to go in after idle time, try to figure this out. One of the things that makes this slightly complex is that there are multiple hands, and it's all the controls are asynchronous, right? In other words, any player can hit a button at any time. Astale Matau said, you got me hooked on Code Rush 2 years ago. Yeah, MB Crump is saying, I'm reading your GitHub README. Yeah, that README, by the way, is automatically generated, which I love because I'm not doing anything, and we add new scenes and it just updates itself. So we've got multiple hands of cards and all the controls are async, which means we're going to need kind of a pool of idle trackers, I think. That's what I want to think, you know, indexed by creature ID. You know, so when I say pool, kind of like a dictionary of, you know, idle trackers last time, you know, that sort of thing. And then what we need to do is, you know, every second or something like that, we'll go check them. We'll have a timer that triggers every second, and we'll go check them and see if any of them are old. If any of them are old, we'll drop them down. And we'll also update. So we're only going to update these we're going to basically exist, an entry will exist. Oh, you also got me Unicoder. So you're doing great work. Oh, thanks, MB Crump. All right, we're doing, yeah. Well, I'm pretty excited about where we're going. You know, I feel like, you know, if I can be excited about where we're going in the next 6 months, that's generally good. That's generally good. So and I will say this, we're focusing on stability, we're focusing on performance, especially in large files, right? We're really looking at not large files, but large projects with large files, that sort of thing. Really big stuff. We're trying to break through some performance issues there. We'll be focusing on that. Also, discoverability is another piece that I'm championing. So, large projects is always challenging in VS. What about the Firebolt command set? I don't know what that is. Damn, I need to copy that beard, says Metal Cat. What's Firebolt? I gotta go look at that. The Firebolt command set. I'm not sure if you know this or not, but this show is brought to you by...
Training wheels are off.
The training wheels are off. This show is brought to you by...
Force and ignorance.
Let's go see if we can solve some of that ignorance problem by going after that. This is what you're talking about. Skyrim. Are you talking about Skyrim? No. Dang.
Hey, Mark.
So viewers see what the spell feature does. The spell or feature. Spell or feature. That lets you see what the spell feature does. Okay. Oh, right. And yes. Okay. Pudding, I got you. So I'm not sure what the Firebolt is, though. Is Firebolt... Oh, Firebolt, you just want to be able to say the name of the spell or the feature and then see something on screen. I love it. We're going to do that soon. I'll do it soon. I'm going to put a big fat to-do there. Whoops. Don't look at that. That's secret, top secret stuff. Don't go back and pause and look at that. It's top secret stuff. Don't share that with our competitors. All right. So what are you doing? Just got here. It says Metal Cat. We're going to C#, a little bit of TypeScript. We're going to do some TypeScript today as well. Let me just put this down here. The Firebolt command. In other words, show a spell. Show the spell what it does. What it does. If someone asks. The only problem I have with this, the only potential problem is space. Where do I put that? Right now, if I'm going to cast a spell, if I come in and say, oh, I'm going to cast like Chill Touch, it shows up like this, right? I need to find a way to put this somewhere where it doesn't block the screen. And some of these are big too, right? It doesn't block things and yet is available. I almost feel like I want to move it. Like I want to put it on and then have it slowly kind of move as it's on screen to go off. You can answer in chat. Yeah, but look at that. I'm not going to throw all that in chat. Viewers won't want it on the stream screen. Okay. Well, then I got to have a short version of it. You okay with the short version of it? Or do you really think all that goes in chat? Yeah, you think so? Holy cow, Pudding. Maybe respond in chat with a link to the D&D resource. Yeah, that's kind of what I feel like is kind of where I wanted to go with that. Yeah, I don't want to block the screen. Pudding says too much clicking. Pudding likes to read. If you're already typing the spell, you don't want to do more work. All right. I think we have problems though. So instead of saying show the spell, send the spell description. to the chat. Now we got some problems here because we're going to need to format it for the chat. Because right now it's kind of in a markup language that we used. We need to break it into sub 500 char sequences. Because we've got a limit of 500 characters. Direct message. Whisper. I've had problems with getting the whisper to work. Whispering the response. Okay, so yeah, here's what I feel like. It looks like this. I think we have a... So architecturally, this is my proposal. Architecturally, I want to say it's chat gets a short message with a link to full. DM option to whisper the full message. The full spell description. Like that. Is this D&D related or a custom game? It is all D&D related, but there's a custom aspect of it, Metal Cat, that is that allows viewers to play. So viewers can come over here, buy a deck of cards, and then assign the cards, play them, give them to people. And so you're seeing a few of the cards that are in here. Like I can give an attack bonus here, and now I just got a secret card there, and it's in my deck. And so before a roll, if I was given a card, I could play it. Like for example here, saving bonus +4. I can play it to gain a bonus on their next saving throw. And that looks like that. And then my next saving throw I roll, well, I'll get that bonus. Whatever it is. Yeah, the question command answer isn't D&D related. Yes, that's true. I DM regularly, and I can totally see myself using it, says Metal Cat. Well, so good news and bad news. It's designed to make, dungeon mastering easier. One of the things that we have, one of the things I find most exciting is that we actually track the time on the spells in the D&D with the D&D clock over on the side. So if I come in here on the spells and I cast like something that requires concentration, like Spider Climb, for example, you can see the couple things are happening. My Wild Magic roll is coming up here. Spider Climb is up here like this, and we're tracking it with the clock ticks over there. If we go into battle, the clock stops, and so does the tracking on the spell time. So we know exactly when the spell expires. It's super freaking cool from my perspective over there. So that's an hour-long piece right there. We can go advance the clock as well, like this. I'm just throwing it, giving it 10 minutes here. And eventually, notice the hourglass is running low on over here on the. Every time I hide it. By the way, there's normally a nameplate in front of me that you're not seeing right now. But every time I hide and bring it back, you can see what's going on there. So we can continue. Just add like 9 minutes, like that, and eventually the spell dispels like that. And that's for concentration. That's for concentration spell. So concentration spells are kind of given priority visually there, but all of this is being controlled by the stream deck right here. That's all of this is going on. So we've got the ability, like we want to say, Lady's going to fire her crossbow. We're going to choose which arrow is there, and then we say let's. Well, that should have done it. That's a bug I want to go fix. That should have already selected. It looks like there's an issue with the piece here. Setting sensor ice arrow. Did it not? I want to go look into that a little bit. And I run the attack like that, and it rolls the dice, right? So everything is kind of worked out, calculated, you know, figured out extra die rolls, things like that. We will roll damage dice with the D20.
15 plus 9. That is a hit.
Yeah. So
With 18 piercing.
So the bad news is that, you know, there's no mechanism for distributing this. All the assets, I've licensed all of these assets. The visual assets or the vast majority of them are licensed or licensed and then tweaked. So I cannot make those really available. I suppose I could turn this into something where I try to make it into a product and sell it or something like that, but I have zero interest in that. And, you know, it's not what I want to do. Well, I guess those are the same answers. So that's the bad news. But the good news is that there's a lot. But here's the thing: the code is out there, right? So Metal Cat, if you're watching this, my sense is you probably got, you know, a handle on writing code. The code is out there. So the code for the clock is out there. You know, the spell stuff, you know, for tracking the spells. There's this concept of magic where we can give magic to people, which is it's a great mechanism for a lot of the mechanics of D&D. You know, with D&D, you often like have a spell. Like one of the cards I can throw up here. Let's see, does that make sense to show? What's a good one? Lesser Bane. Let me show you that. So Asandra has got a spell called Bless, and we can go on here and say, let's bless Fred. Is what we'll do on this. So I want to target Fred first, actually. Let's go target Fred, little cutie and lady, and we're going to cast Bless at those three. So they're all blessed. And so for the next minute, if they do have to do attack or saving throw, they're going to get an additional D4. So we come in here, let's give a saving throw for all three of those good kids here. And I'll throw me into it as well. So mine's the purple die, and we'll roll that. And all those other folks, I think I got that. There it is right there. Oh, that wasn't a saving throw. Let me do it one more time. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, that's still a testing code. Here comes the saving throw. Mine's the purple die. I've got a -1 on mine. Get that before Bless runs out. Oh, the saving penalty -4 was just played as well because it was a secret card. Oh, everybody thinks I rolled a 20, I think, because of the stuff before. But there you see the Bless die that are coming out. And then Bless gets dispelled right there. If you missed it earlier, the nat 20 is for testing purposes. That was going on. That's what was happening there. So I just refreshed the dice layer on that. That should get rid of that code. I want to do it one more time. We're going to do refresh that. Go back out. One more time. Bless on the three of us. There's three of them. And we're going to go to saving throw.
Saving throw.
There you go. There's the blessed die that are coming out for each of those other people there. And that's what it looks like right there. Before, the other example was because of some testing code we had in there. So that's it. Make a screenshot of this. We got a friend calling in. Hey,
hello, Mr. Miller. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, my friend?
Not bad, not bad at all.
Day okay?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, good day.
New number.
Good day.
Who dis? Who calling me? What do I want to do here? I want to go close that down. I want to paste my screenshot in that I just took. That's what I want to do. Because I noticed in this, I got I had little cutie, little Lady McLove nuts. I had extras showing up here. Got a bug I want to go fix. Didn't like that bug at all. Put some extras there. So, everybody who had an extra die, except for Fred. Fred had an extra die, and he did not have. We're gonna go look into that totaling. That totaling is problematic there. Okay, cool. Okay, Metal Cat, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Jensen, well, it's Roy. You can get awesome depending on how the show goes. Either way, I think it's deserving of some sort of party. Fine. What? You interrupted my party? Everybody get down. Just be professional here, please. Come on. All right. All right, here's what we're working on right now, my friend. We're coming in and we're working on this.
Somebody out there's in a party mood.
Go for the trifecta. Hey! Get all this stuff out of here. What is all this stuff? It's a lot of confetti. I think that totally slows down the streaming. I think OBS and Twitch are like, what are you doing, Mark? Nobody wants like particles all over the place. Don't do that. All right, see this hand on my card right here? This card,
I see this card on your head.
My head? Yeah, let me just throw some words out.
The card is less obvious, but the card on the head is good.
Yeah, that card on my head, I want that to go away after 20 seconds of idle time. If that thing's been out there for that long, take the hand away. So the challenge is we got multiple hands. Everybody, including NPCs, can be holding cards. Okay. I want to have a dictionary of idle trackers. So we're going to track the last time, basically of time we last.
Now, to be clear, Mark, when you say go away, you just mean visually because you're still going to have the card, right?
Yeah, I wanted to go like this. Whoops, hold on. I wanted to go like that.
Okay, so my question is, imagine you've got a card or two cards, and it's been 20 seconds, and we figure out a way to make it go away. Is there some reason it would pop back up again?
No, no, because...
So from that point on, you might just forget that you have that card.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That happened last night.
Interesting.
Okay, hold on. Rory often is like a true guiding master. We'll ask a question, and then he'll say, interesting. And then I'll be like, oh, you're right, I gotta do it. Okay, so anyway, here's my response. UI need to prompt player if they have cards for an upcoming roll.
So the system knows it's their turn, knows they're about to do something, and up pop the cards. Would you like to play a card before you do this?
Yeah, I like that. Just a visual popping up. In other words, it's their turn, and the cards kind of come up, shake a little bit, and then come back down. You know? Shake a bit, then go down. As a reminder. Just as a reminder that they're there.
Sure.
Wish Roy would. What? It's almost worse censored. Censoring is happening here because we're in the morning show here. We're just doing happy stuff here, kids.
We're very. Everybody friendly on this show.
We are. We're pretty friendly. And the other show is kind of, I guess, unfriendly.
It's friendly, just maybe not for public consumption as much.
That's true. Yeah. Picture this, but like picture this in an
It's
alternate
incredibly
universe.
friendly, as long as you're not Zephyr.
Rory is the DM. Oh yeah, you want Rory to be the
Oh
DM.
dear. You don't need that. You need someone who knows what they're doing for that.
Yeah. Okay, so card come up, shake a little bit, then go down. Reminders there are there. Okay, so time we last changed the display view. So what I mean here is like selected a card or brought the cards up. It just will exist until the cards are brought down. I think that's it. That's what we want to do. Okay, so that's kind of what the architecture looks like for it. Let's get into that. We're not running here, so the app that's going, this app is standalone, just started standalone. So we can make some changes here and then close the app and restart it to test them out. So let's find our way in here. We actually, the best way to do this, I find the best way to get in, because this thing is so big and I'm like not remembering everything, you know, don't have everything in my head at all times. The best way to go in here is to look in here at the Stream Deck and see what command we're sending down here. Toggle hand visibility, that's what we're looking for right there. And I want to then find something that matches that command in here. What is this? Card command type. So card command takes all of these coming in, and then toggle hand visibility is what one of the things that ultimately is sent over.
That's good.
Then we get to the card hand manager. That's kind of where I want to be. And now we're looking at if hand does not contain key, meaning it's the first time we've seen it hit. Is that right? If there's no hand.
So creature ID less than 0, that means an NPC.
Yeah.
And then we got some Streamloot specific stuff.
Oh, I know what this is. Wait, I don't want to do it there. I want to do it
Can you
here.
give cards to NPCs?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, wow.
It's super cool. Hide all other creature hands. So we can only have one set of NPC hands out. This is what's happening here. NPC hands.
Yeah.
Hide all other. It's actually just all NPC hands. So I'll just make it be that. That's what's happening. And then this is just before we come in and show it. This is some kind of optimized if then else. This is what's happening here. Let's do this as well. Is NPC. Like that. All right. So if we don't have the hand, we're going to now create it. If the hand creature ID is shown, and this one is slightly different. This is hide all NPCs, but hide all NPCs except that one. Okay. All right. So getting a little bit better here. Yeah, so this is basically, I thought we were going to create one no matter what, but we're just toggling it. So if we don't have any hands, all we're going to do, if we press it for somebody else, we're just going to take down everybody's card, everybody's NPC card. What are you saying? Someone thank you or hate you for it. This has so many ifs. One would think it's machine learning. That's a little bit funny. Okay, so toggling the hand visibility. At this point, this is where we hide it. Hide hand, like that.
Yep.
This, I think we're, even though this was super simple before, I think we're gonna have to break this into something that looks like this. And then we're gonna say that's equal to true. Otherwise, we're gonna say it's equal to false because, whoops, I wanna get a side effect on here. On the false, which is basically, I want to no. We're getting close here. Hands.values, string with hands. And hands is a dictionary, right? Yes.
Yes.
It's a dictionary. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call hide hand of creature ID. And I'm going to do that. Whoops, hold on. Nope. Yes, no, it is correct there. That's what I'm going to do. So we're going to do that right there. No, wait, hold on, sorry. Hold on. It's that.
Right, yes.
Okay. Because I want to add the side effect code here to do remove entry from dictionary, from last interaction dictionary, something like that is what I want to call it, I think. This interaction is what I want to do. Let's declare that right now. So we're going to create a new dictionary of indexed date times.
Okay, int being the ID of the creature and or an NPC character, whatever, and the date time being, well, is this going to be the expiry or the time in which it was last shown?
Yeah, it's a last interaction is what I'm calling this.
Okay.
So, all right. And then similarly here, I want to say, let's do this instead. Let's do call show hand and pass in creature ID like this. And let's just duplicate this. That, and this we're going to, now that we're showing them, we're going to add the entry to last interaction. Is what we're going to do. So last interaction is going to be like add.
Potentially, is this more a case of it's either add or update, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't there a method for doing that? I forget what that is.
I don't know about method, but I think you can access it as a dictionary. Yeah, sorry, which is array-like, so square brackets with creature ID.
And that does it. That solves the whole problem.
I think if you just assign, then yeah. Got that right?
We'll find out.
If not that, then something very like that.
I like it. If that's how it works, I'm a big fan. Remove. And so here we want to say last interaction dot remove by creature ID. Okay, so now we've got our last interaction. So show hand is there. What I really want to do is have a method here called update last interaction. And pass in creature ID. Like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go back over the main window. So toggle hand visibility, we've handled that. I think. We've got hide all...
And it's a lot easier to read now as well. It's made out of nice English sounding methods. I guess it's not that easy if you're not an English speaker, but yeah.
Hide hand, character ID. We need to now route everything. We don't want any direct access. Since to is shown in any method except for the hide. Okay, so that's gone.
We could probably run through tab to next reference, all the references to that variable, and prove that they're not being accessed anywhere other than the couple methods which we like to use.
Yeah, so this one we're going to have to figure out. There. That's okay. And we're back up here. Add card. So we want to call show card. Is what I thought it was? Card and
show hand.
Show hand, thanks, Rory. And then we want to pass in the creature ID.
Creature ID, which... There you go.
And not do this. So show hand. It's going to just call that right there. Okay, good. Just confirming that that was it. Okay, back to our search here. This one we have to solve. That one's good. That one's good.
That's a toggle hand, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Mind you, I suppose that's a self-referential thing then, isn't it? Because you've got, the whole method is toggle hand visibility. Why then the different varieties? If it's just toggle hand visibility from the outside.
You're talking about this path and this path and this path?
I'm saying you've got a four or five different variants of toggle hand visibility. From the outside, you wouldn't know that it's necessarily going to take one of those different paths. Yeah. Why do we need different mechanics?
This is if the hand, so this is kind of a very special one, but for usability it's great. This one's basically saying, hey look, if you're trying to show the hand of a creature that doesn't have any cards, we're going to simply just and that's an NPC creature. We're going to hide all the other NPC hands. So
okay, because the idea would have been to show one and hide all the others anyway. Yeah. This is just a shortcut to doing that.
Yeah. No, I got it. I got the joke. I didn't know the meme though, but I got the joke, Pudding. Yeah. No, I love it. I thought it was great. It was a great joke. Okay, so this is kind of a special thing that is I like. Then, but if it does contain the key, then we're down in this space here, right? So we could almost do this. We could say we could extract this to its own method if you wanted to.
Well, I'm thinking that the second one there, the if is shown then hide hand, is surely one half of the toggle that's done on line 84 and is effectively irrelevant.
One half of the toggle that's done here.
So the line starting 79 hides in one direction. It says if it's shown, hide it, which happens anyway on line 84.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So at this
the
point,
duplicate of functionality.
Yeah, at some point. So if we are here or below, we know that the hand is hidden. So we know this line is really just true. That expression is really just true. Is that what you're arguing?
Well, I was arguing that the last one does inversion one way or the other, and therefore the earlier one wasn't necessary. But I think arguably it's the same kind of thing.
It's, yeah.
Because
let's see.
one specifically says, if shown, then hide, and the other one says, if shown, then hide, or if hidden, then show.
Yeah, but we have to ask this question before we ask this question.
I see.
If the NPC's hand is shown, we want to just hide it. But if it's not and we want to show it, then we want to hold NPC's butt. I think we're back down to really what I think we are is setting this to true. In other words, if it's shown
hand.
here, we're here. If we get here, this has to be false, which means negative of a false is true. So that's kind of
what
what
whole
we're
thing can be contracted to show hand
yes.
of creature.
Yeah. And
We
that's
got that.
what we're talking about. All right, good. Yeah, no, I love the discussion. I think we should, I like that, it's a high value. So here we go. We got this, got some cool things coming in Tab to Next reference. I'm really excited about it, right? I was specking them out, and I went deep into thinking about it, and across more than just one day or one moment, and so just like A is equal to not A. It's showing it hides, if it's hiding it shows. Yeah, kind of. It's kind of like that. That's what it was.
Set it to the opposite state that it currently holds. This is one of the things that people who coming into programming from a mathematical background don't necessarily appreciate, is that we're not spouting equations where the thing on the left is already the same as the thing on the right. This is an action to take what is on the right and make the thing on the left equal to it.
Yes.
Subtleties in sort of symbolism, if you like.
Yeah, but so that we can have these side effects. That's essentially what we're talking about doing, is putting the side effects here at the higher level, at the hand, because the hand is where we're tracking what's happened to, what's the last interaction. So we've got update last interaction is there, and that's called when we show the hand. We also need to call this at other times as well. So let's go. So let's go to here, and these are the different card commands that come out here. So hide all NPC cards. Let's go look at that. Hide hand, sweet. That's already taken care of. Select next card. And at this point, I want to do this. So if we got something and we're doing select next card, I want to update the last interaction from there.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So that's going to update there. It doesn't really matter what else is going on in here, I think. Well, we do have this. If the hand count is 0, fine. So I can do this.
So we'd put it immediately after our guard clauses, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right, that one's good. Select previous card. Should be... Oh, it's a little different. Good to know. It's interesting. I wonder if I can consolidate these right here. I wonder how similar these two are.
Structurally very similar, don't they?
Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Is it just that I'm doing a plus plus versus a minus minus?
Wow.
Let's look at these things. I want to.
Kind of want to put them side by side, don't you?
I totally do.
I think you can do that. It's just, do we have enough width?
I don't know how I do it.
If you drag...
Because I can do this,
but
how do I get this one back open over here now? Can I drag it? I want it both the same file open.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I kind of have to move one to the other file, to another file. That's what I have to do. So
I thought you could open another instance of a file.
Hold on.
I don't know what the keystroke is, but it's...
Just reporting an issue here. I saw that something similar where I was dragging windows around, and Visual Studio just was like, stop it. And I got it totally, that just happened. Roll back like 20 seconds. Watch what I was doing. Wow, and it's dead. That's intense. I've seen this before. We had this before on the show. Let's restart Visual Studio. This is either a Coder's bug or Visual Studio bug. I think it's a Visual Studio bug because I don't think we have anything to do with window docking. That makes no sense. I was just docking the regular windows here. Let me report the issue so at least we get the log files out. Issue is going to be VS crash while docking Windows. Pretty sure, as I recall, the mouse button was still down as I was trying to push it in. I was trying to see where it would go, and if you look carefully, the mouse moves. That's kind of what was happening. I did not release the mouse, is my understanding. I could be wrong, but that's what I believe. For kids who are like wondering what's going on, the divider.
Dog food and Code Rush.
What'd you say? Yeah, dog food and Code Rush.
Dog food and Code Rush.
And Coding Gorilla says, Mark, it's the split right up here. Sweet. All right, we'll look at the split. We'll do that. So we're in the, where is it? It was the card hand manager. Right here. Yeah, I can only split down, right? I can't split. Can I split this way?
Yeah, I'm seeing suggestions of going window, new window. But I have my own copy of Studio here is in the midst of crashing, so I can't test it.
Wait, window, new window? I haven't seen that before. Ha! Sweet! Great suggestion.
Does that work?
It totally worked. All right.
Excellent.
So new vertical. Let's get rid of this. Now I'm sweet. Now that's happy. It's my favorite new thing I've learned about Visual Studio that I didn't know it had. Let's drop down the code places here. And
I think I've triggered this by accident once or twice, and I remembered seeing the :1 and :2 in the actual file tab at the top, sort of showing that it's a second instance of an existing open file. Okay, you've got a different looping structure there. You look to be going backwards through the loop in the right-hand side, whereas you're for-eaching on the left.
Yes.
A slightly different referencing of the assignment of the card.
The looping is what makes it a little crazy, because I need to create I need to create a reversible or moving forward loop is essentially what I have to do, I think, to do it. I almost feel like Link could save me a bit. What's also interesting is this line of code here. Oh, because I'm going backwards, I see. Yeah, so I would have the same thing. If I turn this to a for loop, like that, then now I've got this and this. These are matching.
It feels like each of those loops is just there designed to determine a selected card. It's not necessarily doing much to them. Having then got the selected card, it's assigning something to it.
Yeah, you're right. If we took this...
we could... What's the condition? The condition is it's find secret card, isn't it? That's surely that should work the same both ways.
No. It's when we're going previous, we're skipping past, starting at the end, skipping past
so
secret
it's
cards.
First secret card and last secret card.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that's what's happening. It's kind of going in those two directions. Hold on a second. I want to just look at this. Yeah, all the code from here to here is essentially, this is all identical on both sides. We've got the loop going in two different directions here. We've got a first card versus last card kind of situation here. Let's do this. I just want to refactor these. This is actually super cool having these in both windows here. I want to turn this into, I'm going to do an introduce local here, and I'm going to call this replacement card or end card.
Yeah, that's literally first card, isn't it?
Yeah,
the other one is last card. So we're setting the last secret card to the last card, or the first secret card to the first card.
I'm just going to call it first card. What I'm going to do. I'm going to call it first card here. Throw it up outside like this. I just want to get the differences. I guess I got to do it here. Selected card index is -1. Yeah. Okay, good. Then let's do the same thing here. There's subtle changes here. We may or may not have luck on this. It's kind of interesting problem to explore. And then we're going to call this also first card as well, because we're going backwards. It's still the first card I want.
Yes, the first encountered one, albeit in a different direction.
Yes, and so now I'm going to try to get these just lined up. Okay, good. So what we can do now is we can take this and this. We can pull these out into as their own method. Maybe just this right here. And so this is going to be select first, select last available card. So I think that one is. And I think this one is select first available card. Like that.
Okay. And they have identical signatures, and thus could be delegates to the same process.
Yes. Let's take a look at this now. What do we got? So then we got these parts right here.
Yeah, the else clause is a little different. That the condition is different, the direction of increment / decrement is different, and yeah, that's a little bit.
I think it's a delegate, which is what I think it is.
Yeah.
We extract this to its own piece here, and we're going to call this get next card index.
So if there's anybody out there who's a little confused as to what's going on, I don't know if you've ever used the iCompare interface or anything around that general area. The ability to sort something and pass in a comparison function, a delegate that tells how two things will be compared and what the result is. This allows you to do something like a bubble sort or some other sort where the two items are compared, not really worrying about the detail of how the comparison is done. And that's the algorithm gets written once, and then you pass in, well, here's how I want you to compare my two dates or my two strings or my two integers, however that might be. What we're going to be able to do here is to have an overall algorithm that works in terms of how do you select the card, and then what do you do with or how do you get the next index afterwards. These two processes will be passed into the algorithm and at the appropriate moment used to do things in their own particular way. But basically we'll have extracted the superstructure of the algorithm to just one place.
Excellent description. All right, so now
assuming I got it right, yeah.
Now let's see what we've got here. Nice. So on line 149 and 200, that's a little bit different. So that'd be something that we would maybe pass in.
Yep.
You know, instead of passing in delegates, I can just also pass in like an enum and just branch at a couple places.
That's true.
Because there's not a lot going on in here at this point.
Well, because the idea is to unify the two methods, right?
Yeah.
Into one set of maintainable code. So rather than maintaining the same thing in two places, and that does exactly the same.
Yeah. So we're going to say next and previous. Like that. Card direction. So I guess I'm going to consolidate the one on the left and get rid of the one on the right. So we're going to change select next card to just select card. And this one is going to take in card direction dot card hand manager. You know what? Actually, hold on. No, I'm not gonna change this. I'm instead going to extract all of this into its own method and pass it in here.
Okay.
Call this select card, and we're going to add a new parameter to it. Next direction. Now I'm going to start looking at the differences here between select card and select previous card. Right here. So, by the way, I got a really cool thing here, Rory. This is a refactoring I sometimes use. If I hit the coder's refactor key, it's split initialization from declaration, but I've bound that to control semicolon. So if I just hit control semicolon there, it'll just break it. It's like a slice kind of button right there. If you're not sure how to do that, go into coder's shortcuts, and is it in my custom? Mark's custom. There it is, right there. So you just specify the name of the refactoring and give the command make the command be execute refactoring. So just typed in split initialization from declaration. That's what I have there. Anyway, that's pretty cool.
I mean, that's useful in quite a few situations, potentially, because CodeRush will put up in front of you, will offer you many refactories, any of which is appropriate given the same circumstances, but there could be like 3 that always come up in the same place, and you know instinctively which one you want, so you get to bind a different key to whichever of those 3 you personally want, and therefore now you can start your own bit of learning, your own bit of shortcut into that without having to manually go through whichever one of them it is you want to pick. Definitely makes you a bit quicker in those circumstances.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so now I've got my first branching decision piece here.
Yep.
And then my next one is needing to come in right here.
Yes.
I wonder if I can move this. I can move this up. Here.
So that you only branch once.
Yeah.
Only make that decision once, and yet to have the 2 side effects.
So if we're going to next, that code goes there, and this code goes here.
I like it.
And if selected card is nulled, what that means is only secret cards in the hand. You can't, only secret cards. Secret cards.
I was waiting for that, Coding Gorilla. Coding Gorilla points out that you can say dot first or dot last to make some of that a little easier to read. So it'd be hand.cards.first and hand.cards.last. The link methods effectively just calculate for you where positionally those things are.
Like that with friends. Sweet.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Like that. Nice. Easier to read. Good job. That's what we're talking about. All right. Then the last part of this, we're down to here, and we have this break right here. All right. So we'll put that in there as well.
I think so.
And I think that's it. I think we've refactored it. Now what we can do is take this, get rid of this, and instead call select card, passing in the creature ID and the card direction dot previous. And so now we have select previous card. We should have select next card somewhere in here. I want to put these 2 close together, right up there. So let's do this. We'll cut this.
Smart cut there, looking good.
Yeah, smart cut. Plus I saw the marker I had up there, so I just hit escape and I got right to it. So now I think we can close this down. And now I feel like we should test. Is what I feel like we should do. We still have this app up and running. I'm going to close this guy and start this one. So we still don't have, we're calling update interaction, but we're not doing necessarily anything yet with that. I also want, and we need to add a timer as well, so we're going to need to do that. I wanted to look and see what else we have that we might need to worry about. Play selected card. Yeah, place selected card should be an interaction trigger as well. I'll get you out of the way. There, place selected card. And we need to set a breakpoint there, make that one work. Reveal secret card. What am I saying here? Streamer, wait, Rory could be a VTuber stream. Yeah, I know, but there's so much Pudding wants me to do.
I know.
And I'm like, I can't really do all these things. I'm doing my best, but you know, I gotta do some smart stuff too. Let's close. I did not get. Might have breakpoint. Yeah, I just tried to close it using the Stream Deck, and I got nothing. Let's come over here. Add a couple cards. So we've got 2 secret cards. Maybe a few more in here just so we can test all of this out. And let's do that. All right, so there's my cards. So if I come in and I say I want to select left, I'm expecting skill bonus to be selected first. Good.
Yes.
And then we just go. All right, cool. Hide them, bring them up, and now if I select right, I'm expecting this one to be selected first. Here we go. Good. Okay? With me so far on that? It feels
I am indeed.
like it's working. Let's add one more to the end out here. And now make sure that when I go left, this one gets selected first.
Indeed.
Good.
There we go, because it's the first non-secret card.
Yeah. I'm now going to play these cards. Here, hold on a second. I want to say, what was the name of the interaction, I think? Something like that. Update last interaction. Creature ID. Like that. Okay. So we're going to add that. Just step into that. There we go. All right. Looks good. That one is good. Yeah. Okay. So I've gotten rid of that, and now I want to get rid of this one right here. So play that. And now I want to hit left or right, and I want to see where we go. So now if I go left, we should be here. Good. Close them, bring them back up. Now if we go right, we should be here. All right, I think that worked. I feel like the refactoring worked.
Refactoring good. Nothing broken that we can determine so far.
Yeah, that's my, I want a t-shirt.
It still works. I touched it and it still works.
Picture of me like this, like, I don't know. Okay, so we have that. Let's look at the update interaction. We need to get we need a timer. We need a timer that's firing like about every second. About every second is what I think we need. I think I'm going to kill the app to build it because we got to. Well, you know what? I think we can maybe do it if that didn't continue. Let's see if we can do this. Update last interaction. Let's put that breakpoint there. Bring it up. Okay, now we're here. I want to create a timer. You're not going to let me do a timer here as a field? I think you will. Timer, dispatch timer. Is that what I need to do? I must be missing something.
We're just not in the right namespace with the imports and what have you.
Yeah, but I don't think I need a dispatch timer on this. I think I need a regular timer is what I need. Because there's no... This is all asynchronous. These are all asynchronous calls going down into the... And here's where I'm like not sure which one of these to go with. I think it's this one. System.timers.timer.
Yeah, it seems plausible.
You're like the same as me on this, it sounds like.
Hey, it could work.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't remember. These are so different, and they're like, I'm barely got my head wrapped around them. Timer.
Well, I mean, I remember timer. Literally, it invokes after every X period of time that you tell it to, and that's what we want. We're not actually looking to time between two different points. We're looking to, oh, we should probably go and check that thing again.
Yeah. So now, yes. So now I'm going to say if that's equal to null, then I'm going to new instance that guy right there. And with that new, I got to say system.timers.timer. Timer, like that. And then we're going to say, this dot interval is equal to 2000, maybe 2 seconds. Then we're going to say interval dot elapsed. It's going to be equal to that. Then we're going to start it like that. So we're all doing this here because of edit and continue. Edit and continue is not, doesn't let us, get outside that space. So, but at the very least, I am going to do this. I'll extract all this, and we're going to say create interaction timer. What are you talking about? Threading ones?
There's a debate over which timer. So the one from inside, threading timers or just system timers. Pudding says he thinks they're the same, but the threading ones definitely work inside threads. He's assuming it's like relative versus absolute. I'm not sure. I'm going to bow to everybody else's knowledge on timers in this case. I
feel like I have a bad memory associated with system.threading.timers. And that's all I remember. Just kind of like an emotional darkness that I have.
You try to reach out and touch the system threading timer, but you remember pain.
Yeah, Cody Gorilla says, yeah, I think you won system threading timer. Sometimes the server-based timer, I think it's a Blazor thing. All right, fine. I don't think it's a Blazor thing, but you know what? I'm doing it. System.threading.timers. We're going to do it. We're going to hopefully have a good experience here. Cody Gorilla is here to save the day. System.threading.timer, like that. Is that what you are? Looks like you are that. Let's just define you the same way.
Dude, check out the chat room.
Interesting. So Pudding says, system timers appears to be geared towards multi-threaded applications and is therefore thread safe via its synchronization object property, whereas system.threading.timer is ironically not thread safe out of the box. Yeah, that may be why I have that darkness in it. What's going on here? Why doesn't it like this code? I'm like...
Are you edit and continuing your way to try and assign something that's previously already been given a type? Which is not this type?
Maybe that's my problem. I know these, I get those, but I'm like, what's going on here? Did I hit F10? I don't think I stepped through it, but maybe I did. All right, I'm going to go back to where I was here. So we get a little edit and continue. It was at least happy. And we're going to do that. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it did not like that. That looked like it should have liked that. It should have been fine with that. So anyway, we're going to do this. We've got this here. And we're going to stay with the thread safetiness built into that. Okay.
Look who's here.
Yeah, also I lost my music. How did I lose my music? What's going on there? That's true. Just quiet for a bit, I guess. Surly, how you doing, buddy? Surly Dev is in someone's house. Surly Dev is absolutely in someone's house. All right, so we're going to create
Don't let
it.
him go into the airport where he'll take control of all the flying things in the local vicinity.
Yeah, we're going to create it. And I think that's all we need to do. Is just create it there. And then we should, this is, for edit and continue. I'll just put a note in here, E and C. That's why this is here. Like that. What we really want is just to create this like about here. Okay, like that. Then we want to go in here and we want to examine some stuff. I'm just going to run it and see when we get this breakpoint. Out now? There we are. Nice. Surly Dev says, I'm good. How are you? Pudding says, I'm about to have really good food and I don't want to share. I know how that feels. By the way, By the way, kids, I decided to start fasting today. I don't know how long I'm going to go, but I didn't eat any breakfast this morning. I've been fasting for a few hours.
So when you normally fast, how long does that last?
I normally fast one time in my life. Well, actually two.
Oh, okay.
2 times in my life.
Well, that's more than I have, so you're the expert here.
It lasts about before it lasts about 3 days. So you're hungry until Karen shows up, yeah. And then you need to run away. I don't know what's going to happen. All right, so we're in here. Now we want to look at our last interactions. We want to go through each last interaction, and we want to say, I want to do a for each on the keys, I think. For each key and last interaction keys, last interaction of key, like this. And then I want to say, I want a time span here, time since last interaction. Set that equal to date time now, DTN, minus that. And then I want to say, hey, if time since last interaction dot total seconds is greater than, my some threshold here, which I guess I'll just declare here. Max seconds, max idle to close, it's a hide hand in seconds, and I'm going to say make it 20, like that. So if it's greater than that, then we want to close the hand. Close the hand. So
hide hand, yeah?
Yes, and what I want to do here is I want to say, so here the key is the creature ID.
Yes. So, literally hide hand, creature ID, done.
Yeah, maybe.
It's almost like somebody wrote an incredibly useful and obvious and easy to use API.
Let's just make sure. I want to go in here. We said it last interaction dot remove. Okay, there's a slight problem here though, is that I think we need to call status changed. Yeah, we're going to need to call status changed if anything's been hidden. And so okay. I want to just have a local Boolean here. Anything hidden? Like that. Set equal to false. Let's change this to like 4 seconds for testing. Set this to true there, and then down here, if anything hidden, do that. That's what I want to do. So let's step through this, see what we get here. Got one. What's happening here? Oh, we're coming in a second time because of the event. We're in multiple threads right here. You're witnessing us go through multiple threads here.
Good job, we got a thread safe timer, eh?
Yeah, I'm hitting up 10. Oh, and I must be jumping through the different threads right now. Oh, well, that's just a mess. We're at another timer elapse. I don't want to be here. I want to do this. I'm going to set a breakpoint here and a breakpoint here and just run. And run.
You could stop the timer from running whilst in the elapsed event and then restart it as you leave.
Yeah, I like it too.
That would stop some re-entrancy issues.
It certainly, while debugging, it would be that would be the case. Let's do that. I almost want to throw this in a try finally here. Like that. Okay. All right, so let's see what we got here. I'm hitting buttons. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I brought
Coney Gorilla says, if you set the auto reset equals false, it will not fire more than once. We will still want to restart it, I guess, afterwards, but
I didn't know that.
That effectively eliminates the need for that first line, is that right? I've never heard of that before.
I don't know it either.
He says, yes, you can call start again.
Just call start.
So we can eliminate our 115 line there.
Okay. All right. So anyway, we're down in here, hide hand. Although that auto reset, we can't really do it now during edit and continue, because this piece is. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna just hold that in my head. I'm not gonna use it for now, but we'll keep it in mind later. So now we're gonna.
He's also saying it should be false when we do eventually set it not true. Because what happens is it fires the event and then resets, i.e. restarts. We want that to be false.
Okay, interesting. All right. Collection was modified.
No. Yes, because we're for reaching through the keys.
Yep.
And then removing keys.
All right, let's do, yeah, I can't get down there. It's going to be really mad if I try that. If I try that. There we go. Okay. So pop it down there. We need to, the problem is in hide hand, I think. That's the problem. We remove it. Okay, is what I think. So what I think I need to do is get a list of things that's what I think I need to do.
Well, can't we assign the keys out to an array and then iterate the array?
Yeah, that's what I think. I think we're saying the same thing. I'm going to create a new list of hands to remove, like that, and then I'm going to, in here, just push it on there, like that, and then later, after I'm done, here I'm going to take care of that.
I just meant that instead of iterating last interaction dot keys, we could extract. I mean, actually, I'm a little confused. Why is that an enumerable thing? Because if we just take a copy of that, right, and then enumerate the copy, it is just a list of ints, right? And the fact that we are removing from the dictionary then won't affect our list of ints. So actually, you can just stick a quick to list on the end of that, and won't that solve it? Or to array even, which one or the other?
I see where you're going. To array, to list. Do you have a preference on those, Roy?
Not really, myself.
I like the list. I have happier memories. Childhood memories. Okay, let's come back up here again. And
so now the thing we're enumerating isn't strictly the thing we're removing from, and we should be allowed to do it.
We might have had a problem from before. I'm hitting the button right now to move things around, and certainly I'm going to dock your drone suit. Oh, we're in the breakpoint up here. Okay, cool. So we got in there, hide hand. The status changed. Status changed. I feel like should have dropped that down. It could be though that I've lost control. I lost my signal R connection, which sometimes happens. Yeah, it feels like the buttons I'm pressing are not getting through. So we're gonna have to restart. So we'll take this, close it down. Let's get rid of those edit and continue lines that we have in there.
All right, Coding Gorilla makes a good point in the comments. He says you've got to be careful with that because the toList to array will attempt to cast the proper type. So imagine that for a particular type of IEnumerable, when you call toList on it, sometimes it doesn't build a new list. What it does is it returns the existing type, just pretending it's a list, because of course it can be, which means you are still now dealing with the original object and you can still get into trouble.
Yeah.
In this case, he says he thinks it's okay because it won't be cast.
All right.
So
with that,
just something to be aware of.
I want to tell you what I say to that, and this is what I say. goes out to C Sharp Fritz.
Absolutely. Welcome,
Raid.
everybody. We likes Raiders.
Oh, C Sharp Fritz interrupted the party with his own. Whoa, we haven't seen that in a while. Get that out of here. The whole thing's going crazy. The fireworks, Surly Dev. It's insane. Ultramark's out there. This just went 11 real quick. It's the baseball cap. Yeah. Geniscu 7's out there asking for more crazy. You need a second, Geniscu 7. We're going to see Geniscu 7's in a second. This is all we do all day.
Yeah,
British
stream's been like this. This is why you should be with us.
Got British voice Rory out there with us. Let's see. I'm going to hit start up here on this.
Geniscu 7, where are you? We need your help.
I need your help, Geniscu 7. Where are you?
Oh, yeah, all right.
That guy's bad. That's a bug in my code. Geniscu 7, can you help me? He's just shooting up my code.
Here, I am.
Nice job, Yoda. All right. Here we go. Miss anything out here? Did I miss anything? Buffering question from Surly. I was not having some issues with that. Surly's got his drone, his synchronized drone squad on, on display here. There you go. He's got those guys going. We'll probably see a show from him. Okay, so we don't need
did you
this.
stop so that we can restart? Was that because we had some edit and continue issues?
Yeah, we did. And so now I've restarted. Here we go. I don't need this anymore, I think. We're checking to see if this works. We can hide the hand without getting problems here. I don't think I have any hands yet, though, because what you're seeing on here is leftovers from before. So I need to give myself some cards is what I need to do. We're testing out some Streamloot's card interaction with D&D is what we're doing. It's for a D&D live stream that we've got here. I'm just going to give myself some cards here. There we go. There's the one. Get a couple of these out here. Okay.
So normally the purpose of these cards is to allow people to interact with the stream. So obviously as chat remembers, you can type and send messages and stuff like that. But what Mark's going to do is he's got this second stream, Dragon Thumpers is one version we're saying it. And it, as he says, it's live D&D with kind of ESPN style effects, similar to those you've seen already. And when that goes out, a slightly more adult show than this one here, which is entirely family friendly here, there's the opportunity to purchase packs of cards, the proceeds of which go to the kind of people involved and just generally just help them out with it. And those cards can then be played. So there'd be sort of typical D&D things like giving somebody an extra roll, an extra advantage in a roll, maybe tripping them up and causing them catastrophic failure, that kind of stuff. And this is the system with and interact with those cards.
Did you see what Surly had done while you were talking, by the way? He passed the meteors all the way down to the Surly Dev and then shot it out up to the side. This guy's synchronized displays are like, I feel like this guy's headed to the, in the States we got the Super Bowl. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at these passes.
Wow. The Harlem Planet Trotters or something similar.
It's insane. All right. So the last thing we did is we were iterating through the dictionary keys. We were removing it indirectly through this call to hide hand here. Right in there. That's where it was right there. And we just removed it from the dictionary. We had a problem. Rory's like, Rory, the disembodied voice you hear, that professional voice out there is Rory.
Okay.
That's a lot of people think it's Fred. It's not Fred. That's Fred right over there. Fred, you doing okay? Be quiet. Yeah, he's good. All right, good. Anyway, Rory is joining us from the UK. He's our co-host over here on the show. We do C# and TypeScript out here, and
we do.
It's a big project. It's a project we've been working on for about 3 years, and it's basically to create the ESPN of Dungeons and Dragons. This is blowing my mind, Surly, in terms of the passes that you're doing.
Really doing the passings are working so well.
Yeah, you're doing. This is super impressive what he's done. Okay, so now and it feels like it's working. By the way, this is all to build. We built a timer. You just missed us writing some code for the dictionary to keep track of when people are working with cards. So if I bring up my cards now to look at them, and I leave them on screen, they'll go away after about 4 seconds. Sweet!
There we go.
Like that. If I bring
Nice.
them up and I continue to interact with them like this, they'll stay up forever
Yeah.
like this. But as soon as I stop in about 4 seconds, it should all go away. Sweet.
It's great.
I actually think that 4 seconds is not bad.
It's
You know,
not, no.
It's maybe if I double it to 8, it'll handle most situations and just get out of the way.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to just tweak this to 8 seconds, and I'm going to call that done. So that is done. We're going to go ahead and run this. And let's go over here. That
What's
one
going on there?
is done. What are you asking about?
There was a...
Oh, it's flashing.
It's like a short-circuiting effect. Especially with
What's
the
going on with
audio.
that? I didn't see what was happening with the audio. That's weird. I don't know. I wonder if we're pushing the limits of the system. All right, I want idle time to put the hand away. That one is done. Okay. Passing left to right, pressing should refresh contributor's name. So now we need to go down in TypeScript here to solve this particular. This is a TypeScript issue. Name on the card needs to be up longer when first played. That's a TypeScript issue. And this is TypeScript here. Player has only one playable card in their hand. Consider playing when the play card button is pressed, even when it is not selected. That's a C# issue. And the rest of these are TypeScript. I think while I'm in C# here, I think I'm going to go after this one right here. If player has only one playable card in their hand, consider playing.
For those in
when
the
play
chat
card
room,
button
again,
is
it's
pressed.
worth pointing out that when there is an opportunity to polish the way this system works, Mark is very keen to go after those because it's all about the quality and the professionalism and all the big snazzy gold buttons and drones and stuff. Okay, yeah, maybe not all the time, but
Gold buttons?
certainly a quality of life. Gold coins, sorry, yes.
Gold coins. Okay, right.
But yeah, the whole quality of life thing, you know, making it easy. Because the one good thing about this whole, well, I say one good thing, one of the good things about this Dungeons & Dragons is that unlike a real game of Dungeons & Dragons, which you've traditionally done with paper, pencil, and everybody's memory, is you don't have to remember most things going on. The system itself is taking care of, you know, dice rolls and spare dice with advantage, disadvantage, the effect, when they pair off, all of this stuff. So the smoother it operates, the better, and the easier it goes, because it's a comedy Dungeons & Dragons show, and that just leaves all the more room for the comedy.
Right. All right, so if I'm here and I hit play card, the question is what happens when I hit play card here? Nothing is selected. Right now, I'm telling the players that they have to select something first.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to keep that as a requirement. In other words, I'm going to fix the bug by saying it's not a bug, or correct the issue by saying it's not an issue I want to solve. That's what I'm
I
going to do.
presume that the bug was saying that if you did not have 3 cards, there would be no choice to make.
No, it was basically if you only had one card and you hit play, what would happen? So, and the reason I think I want them to actually hit the select button is I want to give credit to whoever got the card for us. And I want to see their name right at the top.
Yes.
So I think I'm going to keep it the requirement in, is what I'm going to do.
That's fair. Okay. Well, that was a quickly fixed issue.
Yeah, it was. Okay, next. So we're moving over to TypeScript now. So we're going to just get rid of that. Going into TypeScript now, name on card needs to be up longer when first played, and I think also when card is selected. Like that.
Because the name comes up just above the card at the moment, right?
Yeah, it's above the card. So if I bring up my cards and I go to select, you see the name showing up right there. And
There's an argument that says that the flashiness, if you like, of the card somewhat distracts from the name that's above it.
I agree. I think the name needs to be up longer, and I think it needs to be bigger as well.
Yeah.
I want to work on those two things. That's what I want to do. All right, so let's go look at that. Down over here, I think in cards, credit. If I search here for credit, whoops, that was one that's super interesting to me. Credit lifespan in milliseconds. Let's make it 5,500. Let's refresh
Yep.
right now and just see if that gives us an extra 2 seconds. Okay. Bring up my cards. I got no cards? Why don't I have cards? Do I have to? I must have to. Do I have to make a change to it? I refreshed the bottom one, but the data should still be in the C# app. Huh. The card button didn't work on the refresh on it. Interesting.
Does seem to be lasting longer.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah. It's better. Okay, I think that's better. Okay, so that's one of the things I want to do. Actually, let me leave this up a second. I want to just verify that in 4 seconds that all is going to go away. Oh, it's 8 seconds.
So it's...
It's 8 seconds.
Did
We
you-
changed
did you-
date.
Okay, I was going to say, because otherwise it looked like it was 4 seconds after the 5.5.
Yeah, no, I changed the date. Right there.
Okay.
Right there. So it's 8 seconds. Sorry. Okay, so that's okay. I'm good with that.
Now you want to target the size.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. Credit, add card played by credit here. Font size is there. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna bump up the font size. Let's throw it at 64. Do a refresh. Take a look at that. Like easy changes, right? Sometimes the problem is just finding where is it in the code I need to be looking at. Yeah, so the refresh here isn't showing it. Oh wait, there it is. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, bigger. I like it.
That is better. Yep.
I'm gonna make it even bigger. Go to 72. Refresh. All right. Cool. Fast bugs, fast tweaks, UI tweaks are out of the way here. Yeah. So Roy's right. This is what we're hitting the button on. There it is, right there. Okay. I think it's also it's the delay loading. It's the load on demand of the pieces. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, I think this is much better. It's funny. So in Manifesto and C-Stron and Sock Racer, there are no descenders. There's no G dropping down or Y.
Sure. So they appear larger.
They appear a little further away. But Everlasting Media is perfect, right? Sock Racer is a little high, and I'm just like, oh, do I want to really look to see if there are no descenders? And if there are, then
What
get it
did
a
I
little
say
closer.
about Mark's need to polish?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. It's like a little crazy. That's when we stop, is when I'm saying, that's a little crazy. We're going to maybe pull back a bit from a little crazy. But anyway, that's good. I like that. What do we got? That one's done right here. This one is next. Pressing left, right card select button should refresh the contributor's name when only one card is in the hand. Let's give cards to somebody else. We'll test that with Lady. Okay, so Lady gets a card. And now Miss Groves gave it to her. And now what I want to do is hit the button and I want to see Miss Groves again. That's what I want to see. And I'm not seeing that. And I want to figure that out. How we do that. I almost feel like that's a C# plus TypeScript kind of solution. I think we do this here. Okay, I just hit the button to bring the cards up. And now we're here. Now if I hit the left or right button, I think we don't come in. Oh, we do! We're calling update hands. Send card command, update hands. Wow, we are flat out serializing it and sending it down. Okay, so update hands is coming out. Wait, hold on. me try again. What's interesting about that is now I'm not seeing. Hold on. Just trying to remove it. Something's. I think I've lost my connection. My signal R connection is what I'm feeling.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm hitting other buttons and nothing is coming across. This happens sometimes if I'm in a breakpoint for a long time, I feel. I haven't quite figured this out, but it seems like yeah, I've lost control is what it looks like. Okay, so I guess I'm going to restart this and restart this. What's interesting is that it looks like it's going to be sending that command out there, maybe. The reason I say maybe is because this also, if 8 seconds pass, the timer goes off and it sends this out here. It gets us, it calls status changed if the cards were out and we're dropping them down. So, all right, so that's starting up. Okay, let's go give a card to Lady. Up, right, and then right again. That's what I want to do. I'm going to hit this button a couple times here to keep the timer from getting us. Okay, there we go. So we did get it. I just hit it. This is not coming from the timer. Pretty sure about that. Let's bring up the call stack. Yeah, it's coming from select card. So we're going status change. We're totally getting in there. We're going to send that out. So the good news there is that down below, the status change is getting called. So when I say down below, I mean TypeScript. So now what I want to do is come out here. Oh, look at this. He's got kind of like a little bowl. That's so cool. Now what I want to do is update cards. Update hands. Update hand. Hand is shown. Make sure all cards are in view. So we hide it here. If it's shown, make sure all cards are in view. Let's see, only called from update hand. Update hands only called from update hands. This is called from play cards, reveal cards. Make sure all cards are in view. All right, so let's do this. Let's go into make sure all cards are in view. And let's add that to favorites. Create a new group down here. We're going to call this card credit update. Like that. Just so I can get back to that quickly and easily. Over there. Next, I want to go look at the credits. Let's see how we are creating those, building those, and connecting those. So here's the credit. The credit's got a card GUID.
Yes.
So it knows the
GUID. Is the GUID actually a GUID in this case? Because didn't we have this thing a little while back where we were going to hijack some kind of a GUID? Oh no, it was a URL.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a GUID. Yeah,
okay.
If I'm using GUID, it's a GUID. It's a string version of the GUID.
Okay.
So, and ultimately, so add card played by credit. So the credit is in there. That credit goes into, where are we at it? Parent text animations is where that credit is going to be added. Hide credits for character ID. Hide card. Hide element by GUID. And then I think we're back all the way around. So I want something that checks to see, is the credit still out there? What's the,
Yes.
how old is it? Is kind of what I want to do. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm kind of looking at hide element by ID, is basically just going in there, checking to see if the data is equal to the GUID. Now I'm going to change that to get element by GUID. Get element by GUID. And we're going to say return it. The for each return won't work in the for each. So let's do this.
This is TypeScript. Don't we have a... Oh, I'm never going... It's a link equivalent. So you can say, because you've got an array, you can say...
Oh, maybe I can do it because I'm using this. I can do a return from here. I thought the return wouldn't come out of the for each. That's what I was remembering. But maybe it does if we've got the link expression right here.
I think the trick here is to remember that the lambda that you're effectively using there is a function. So the function is going to get called for each element.
Yeah.
And you're returning out of the function. So you're going to return for each and every.
Yeah,
so that's
okay.
not quite right.
Yeah, all right. So let's go this way. We'll go take this path again, path instead. So we're going to say this, elements I. We say, hey, if that dot data equals card GUID, then we're going to say return elements of I. That's what we're going to say.
Coding Gorilla, do you remember the short version of this? This is the thing I'm thinking of is there's a link-like expression. It's either map or it's select or something like that, and we can apply a test. We pass in, is it find? Maybe. Because I'm thinking you can go elements.find and then pass the same lambda that you just had, and when that returns true, it will effectively get that item and that item only.
I think I need an example of this. So we've got something like this is what we're saying here, right? It's got the animated element, value.
So now you could just leave it at value in this case. Well, I think you maybe want index in this case because you're going to index it on I. Or is it just...
And then the array is coming in last. And then so
and then within the braces you can have your if.
and then what? Just return true?
I think if you return value data equals card GUID, or is it value GUID? So you've got value. I'm not sure value is supposed to be an animate. Oh, am I getting this right? Yes. So if compare GUIDs, return true. So return GUIDs equal each other effectively. Is your data your GUID? It is, isn't it? We established that. So yes, that I think is correct. It's find me the first thing from my list of elements which matches in this way.
Okay. Do I need brackets around this Coding Gorilla? This part here and here? I'm almost thinking if it's one line, I can do it like that, or no? Can I?
Don't know.
Anybody complaining? Yeah, somebody's complaining. Okay. All right. So we're good. That's what it looks like. All right. So now, everybody happy? Everybody should be happy now. There you go. Okay. All right. So there's our get element by GUID. And I want to go back over to where we were. That's the card GUID. Show hand UI. This is for each card.
For what it's worth, Mark, Coding Gorilla says you can remove the brackets if you remove the return as well.
Really? Oh, right, of course. Yeah. Let's put a marker here. Let's go back to where we were. Yeah, there. That's better. I like that better. Okay, thanks, Coding Gorilla. As
Nice.
always, as usual. Okay, so we're going through each one. Notice we've got the card good right here. If we've already found the card, this is kind of the scenario I'm talking about. It's kind of like this. If hand.cards.link is equal to 1, then and we're updating again. And, you know, we are called from update. Let's go see where we're called from, because this could actually be called from a lot of places. Nope, just make sure all cards are in view, and that's only called from update hand. Update hand is called from update hands, and update hands is called from play cards. So we're going to play a card, reveal cards, which I think is pull them up like this. And the update hands call here, and that's it. I'm feeling like we're relatively safe with this change.
Yeah.
So at this point, if the length is equal to 1, then what I want to do is get animated element. Get element, what was it? Get element by GUID. And I want to pass in this dot animated parent text animations. I think that's what it was called. And card.GUID. See if the credit's out there. That's what we're looking for. Dot animation proxy.
I assume the presumption here is that you don't want to send out the credit if the credit is already there.
Yeah. The presumption is the credit's already there, like kind of up to a third of its life.
If you were to spam the next thing, you don't want to just complete coming out with dozens of copies. You want to wait for one to disappear, and only if it's disappeared do you reintroduce the credit.
Yeah. So animated element. We'll call this const. Existing credit is equal to element by GUID, and that's my existing piece right there. If and I think I actually want to make this a text that's, well, maybe not. It's got a lifespan on it. I'm really kind of worried about its lifespan is what I'm thinking about. It's expiring. Get life for meaning, I think I saw that. Get life for meaning, like passing in a now. And if the get life for meaning, I'm sure that's coming back in milliseconds, is that right? It's expiration date minus now, which I think is, geez, it's in milliseconds, pretty sure. Bugs me that I don't have any.
Yeah, rely for many's passing in and now milliseconds there.
Yeah.
At one point we were suffixing just to be sure, but I think we may have stopped doing that.
Yeah, no, I've done it in some cases here. Yeah, here we go. The fade out now, I'm passing in life remaining, so it's definitely milliseconds right there. Okay, get life remaining, and let's rename that so I don't mess with that anymore. So I don't have that issue anymore. Get life remaining in milliseconds. So if we get life remaining in milliseconds, now part of what I want to do is I want to see what's the life of that. Add card played by credit. It's in that credit lifespan piece, I think. Lifespan in here. Credit lifespan milliseconds. So basically I'm looking for about a third of this to have passed. So if the get life remaining is
It's less
greater
than a third of the original value.
Well, I'm going to say if it's greater than that times 2/3 is what I'm going to say. I think my math is right. I'm at this point, I figured I concluded it and then let go of all of it. In my head, I was like, I think this is what it is. So if the life remaining is greater than that, then we don't do anything. And is what I'm saying. Or alternatively,
okay, sure.
I could say if the life remaining is less than
1/3, the opposite, as it were.
how much is remaining less than 1/3? Yeah, actually, I think I do want it the other way. If it's less than 2/3 of this, so if a third of its life, if it's less, then we're going to do something. We're going to create it again. So we need to recreate that credit. What do we have at this dot? What do I have with the word credit in it? Add card played by credit. Now, let's go and look at that call. We're passing in the X position and the Y position of the card. And that's where, if the card's moving, that's where the card's moving to as well. But it's basically the companion sprites X and Y is what it looks like to me. So I think it is card. That's a Streamlabs card though. I don't know if it has the data in it. I'm something called details. I'm not seeing that here. Well, I can also come in here and say get element by ID and look for the card sprite. Which, let me just double marker here. Already found card. Get card. Let's call this instead. We're going to say the card sprite is going to be a sprite proxy, and we're going to call get card, and get card means card good, which is the first one, first parameter. Close this down so we have more horizontal room on space here. Get card. Next parameter is the character ID. So that's in hand. Character ID. And the matching scale is, I think it's 1. It's the big card scale. Actually, I think it's in here. I think it's as I recall, it's a variable in here. Scale. In-hand scale, just wait, selected card scale. That's what I'm looking for, card sprite. So now, now I'm coming here.
Now you should be able to get the X and Y for that.
Yeah. Username.
That's the credit itself?
Yeah, that's the text. Well, the username is, we can get that from existing credit.text right here. Wait, what is it? Oh, existing credit is not a text element. It's an animated element, so we need to typecast it. Text effect. Okay. That, and now existing credit dot text. And what else do I need? Character ID is and dot character ID. Fill color is going to go from existing credit dot text color. What do I have that's color in here? Font color. And existing credit dot outline color. holy cow, did I get it all? So what's going to happen
so.
is if it's still fading out, we're going to just create a new one on top of it. Is what I think this code is going to do.
But if you spam the key, you won't be able to get a second one until at least 1/3 of the life of it has passed.
Yeah.
Because it'll decide not to do that. It's too early.
Yeah. If existing credit, oops. If not existing credit, or. So if we don't find it, an existing one.
If you don't find an existing one, then you're going to have trouble getting the text of it.
Yep. But you're right down here.
Yeah. And any of the other attributes.
Dang, you got me, man. You totally got me. All right, so then let's do this. If this and that, we go back to and, then we're going to do that. Then otherwise...
Something else we'll figure out.
Else, if not existing credit, I think, is what we're looking at here. And this is the other thing we got to figure out here. So we got to say, do this. I think, well, you know what? We have the data elsewhere. Hold on.
Sure.
I think we got the data elsewhere. I'm going to go back to it. Not that or this. I think we can get this simpler. Instead of getting it from here, let's go.
I was going to say, in the case where we don't have it and need to get it from somewhere else, we may as well get it from that somewhere else, even when we do have it.
No, I agree. I totally agree. So we need the text, the font color. Let's go see how we're getting it and putting it in here. Ha-ha. Ha-ha-ha-ha. Look at all of that. Just going to grab all that and come down here. It's the selected card. It's that one right there. I think I just need pretty much that. Well, I just need something at the end.
Is it a crazy thing to suggest that if you have a method called add card played by credit, that you should have to hand both the card and the person who you're crediting, and that everything else can be derived from those two things inside the method rather than passing them to it?
Let's see. I think the answer is no because of this call right here. This call is getting data from another place.
Fair enough.
But yes, I think in general, that's great. And I do have a tendency to kind of do this sometimes without paying attention to what's going on. So anyway, let's refresh and
Let's go.
see.
What we've got here, though, is something that should work. So let's just say, let's have a look and see does it. Right?
I don't know. We'll see what happens here. All right.
Let's get it working first, then worry about its efficiency.
Yeah, let's do that too. I'm 100% on board with that. All right. So we need to add some cards, I think. Just one. This test is just the one. All right, there's the card.
And there's the credit.
There's the credit. Hit it again.
The second credit.
The X and Y is not good. The X and Y is bad. The code looks good though. The positioning is totally wrong.
It is. It's very floaty. I mean, it is float text, but it was never intended to float that far.
Why is the card sprite so far off? One. Yeah, as soon as we do that. I wonder if it is. Let's give it a B. Let's do the Y position of the card. Just tracing back these. Well, this position there.
Is this an effect we're causing ourselves? Did I see initially a credit in the right place, followed very shortly by another credit in the right place, and then eventually it did leap?
That's what I felt I saw as well.
So I wonder whether the second iteration isn't causing a corruption of the data, which then places it very high.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't able to reproduce it the next time I did it, though. When I came in here,
that's true.
That's once, so it's in the right spot. Second time, it was cleanly in the wrong spot. It was like, right up there.
I agree. Is it about how quickly you do it after the first one?
I don't think so. Let's try it. No, it does not appear to be that.
Okay. Weird.
It almost looks like it's off by a proportion of the card. Like if I were to come in and say, let's give a card to Lady, like that, let's go see where hers show up. I bet hers are proportionally the same distance away. Now, this one doesn't matter because
we've got 2 cards here now.
Let me play one of those cards. All right. So now you get to here. There you go. Yeah, I think it's, you know what I feel like it's off by? I feel like it's off by the anchor for the card. In other words, I think we want to say plus this dot known cards dot origin x.
Right.
Times,
because the origin of the card is likely to be the lower left.
No, this origin of this card is the center. It's the center of it. So.
Okay, but yeah, that still proves. Yeah.
Were you thinking the same thing? And I was like.
My maths was off, but
okay.
The concept was correct.
All right.
Same as you.
So I'm now adding the origins to those for the known cards piece right there. Those are set to 140 and 212. And let's refresh that and see if that kind of lines things up for us. That was it.
There you go.
So cool. So now
good catch.
What's cool about this is that players can now, if the name will fade away, but if they want to see it again and they only have one card, they can still hit the button and it'll come up just like it does if I have multiple cards, right? I get to see the name.
If you move away and come back, you kind of get that effect, yeah.
Absolutely. So that one's good. Let's do a play and watch the play animation. Yeah, Geo 3D goes with it. Yeah, that all looks and feels good. All right, cool. So cool, Rory. We're kicking some butt here.
Absolutely.
That one's done. Okay. Secret card reveals appear behind the selected card. Did you see me demo this? I think I might have done it just before you showed up.
I did not see this today, no.
Okay, so let me show you what this is. If we give me one of these cards, and we give me a secret card as well, this is a saving. That's not just saving. Let's do skill, because skills come up faster and they're less noisy. Skill penalty. So here's a secret skill penalty, right? Give me that card there. I hit play, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, okay.
There it is.
Yeah, I think it was just delay loading of the assets there. So the problem is here. If I have this card selected, and then we do a skill test, like this, watch. Oh, well, it goes away, so we're not going to see the problem.
Do you know what? It might be solved already now.
Yeah,
because there's an up to 8 seconds, and then it'll vanish.
Yeah, but just in case, I'm going to try and duplicate it real quick for you. So I'm going to bring it up and come over here and roll the dice. Oh, wait, shoot, I got to hit the select button. Hit the select. Now I've got 8 seconds to roll the dice. Go. Did I lose it? No, I didn't. All right, so there it is. See what? Attack 1 plus 3, skill penalty minus 4. That's it. It's showing up behind. And so because
a played card should effectively always be in front of one that is being selected.
It needs to be in front. I'm pretty sure we're calling an insert here when we do reveal card. So we want to go look at reveal card and look at, and I kind of know why we're doing an insert on here. Secret card burn. Here it is, right here. Here's the insert. The insert is happening because we're trying to put the reveal card right behind the other card, right? That's the problem. But does insert have? It just puts it at the very back, doesn't it?
Is there no option to change the location at which that happens?
No. It uses unshift, which I guess puts it at the very, very beginning. If it's at the beginning, that means it is drawn first, and everything else is drawn on top of it.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of is that maybe we could detect that there were other things. Well, see, if you could guarantee there could only ever be the one you're trying to play plus that potentially that other thing in place, then you could do the same thing again and insert the thing that's at the front at the back again. But potentially there's a whole list of things.
No, everything just goes to the back then, all the animation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Insert that index in array, something like that. That's what I want. Splice. Gotta effing use splice again. I've already upvoted this, but it's like, geez, I just like something a little easier to name. We're going to create something called insert add. So we're going to we'll have starting frame index, and then we're going to also have its Z order is what we're going to do. So we'll say Z order, and that's going to be another like that. So we're going to have insert at, and then we're going to come in here and say splice. Start. Wait. And the item is the last piece. So splice the start index in, which is going to be Z order. The delete count is 0, and the item to insert is there.
Yes.
Okay. Insert add is what we want. Going back over here. Now we got to figure out what the Z order is here.
Yeah.
So I want this to be maybe const Z order index. Let's pass that in here. Right there. And then starting from index to the last one. Okay, so we need the Z order index equal to something. We got to figure that out. I think I'm also almost like, wait, why can't we use add here? Because we're adding, oh, I know why, because this is going to be on the top.
That's right. You wanted to make sure that you weren't going to add the secret, well, the card that was to be revealed and then the thing covering it, because if you do it in that order, there's the potential for giving it away ahead of time.
Now, I'm pretty sure that the secret card passed in here, it's a sprite proxy. That is the card on top with the image of the skull going like this. That's the thing. So what I need to do is find the index of this inside of known cards is what I need to do.
Yes.
So I think there's probably just an index of. That's not good. Is this my index of? It's mine. Sprite matches, calling matches on it. Okay, let's do this again. So this cards that sprite proxies dot index of, that gets to JavaScript's version of this, and then we're going to throw in that element. Okay, so that's my Z order index. I think inserting at that should put it below it.
Yes.
That's what I think. Let's.
That's the theory.
Let's
if we
rebuild
get the
that.
index of the thing we want to be hidden behind, we will be inserting ourselves at that index, hence bumping that item to the top.
Yeah, so we just did a refresh of that. Let's go back out there again, send the data out, give me that card, give me a card that's non-secret that I can display, like this. And then let's go into cards. You know what, let's do one other thing. Let's change that delay. That delay is killing me now. Fix that bug in absolutely the wrong order. There it is right there. We're gonna kill this, change this. So let's wait for this timer to come in here. We're gonna make this 28 seconds for now. Run that. So now I have more time. Don't have to rush. Okay, so I'm looking at this card. Shoot, I don't remember what the secret card was. Let's give me another secret card here. Skill penalty again. We'll throw that one at me. It might be also a skill penalty. Okay, so now I've got some secret cards and I've got the this piece right here. So I got about 28 seconds to run my skill test and see what nice, that's it. That was the fix.
There you go.
15 minus 7 failure.
Nice. I love it.
Good stuff.
Look at this, Rory. Okay. Cannot play card. That's like my last one to fix here. So if we come in and give me one of these.
Unfortunately, Mark, I am so
I don't
over
want,
my time.
I don't want to hear what you have to say, Rory. Just, you can leave. If you don't love me anymore, if you don't care about us,
Oh.
he's awesome. Awesome contribution for Rory. Everybody say thanks to Rory for helping us out. Thanks, Rory. Appreciate you hanging
My
out with us,
absolute
my
pleasure.
friend.
We'll be back with you on Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday, buddy.
Okay, bud. Have a good one. We'll
All right.
see you then.
Okay, bye. All right. Rory taking care of us there. All right, take a look at this. If I want to play this, parties in a row. Can't get much crazier than that. What? Hey, get out of here, guys. Get out of here. All right. What am I doing, kids? Oh, I know. I'm trying to play a secret card. If I try to play this, boom. It's pretty big. That X is a little over the top. I want to drop down the size of that is what I want to do. And I think it's triggered from here. I think I've got the triggering here. Validation, what I think. Show validation issue. Let's set a breakpoint here and see what happens. Okay. So we don't have a lot of stuff here that we're passing down. The scale is all apparently determined down in TypeScript, is what it looks like to me. I think I'm just going to drop it down across the board for everybody. Or do I add a new scale and pass that in there? I think I'm going to drop it down just a little bit. Let's go down inside the TypeScript. Look for show validation issue. Here we go. Scale is 0.5. Player ID. I'm going to make the scale here. Scale is equal to 2/3. Like that. And that's probably all the fix I need to do. Let's see what happens. Drop it down just a little bit. Is this thing 300 high? Is that why I've got the minus 300 here? What I feel like is the case. Let's look at the big X. Where are we getting? Big X is where it's located. Okay, great folder name. Let's come out here. Go to assets. Big X, there it is. How big are you? Looks bigger. Oh, yeah, it's huge. I think. That's not what I want to do. Distance from here to here. Is that what we're looking at? It's 187 there. Yeah, I think it's just kind of a magic number in the code is what I think it is. So I'm going to just go with it. I'm going to go do the minus 200 right there. We'll do a refresh of that. Yeah, I think that's okay. I think it's okay right there. Let's do this. 300 times the scale. So at least we can change just one thing instead of two. And I think we're pretty good. Just moving this up for symmetry. All right, that one's done. Good. Let's go back to here. Instead of one more breakpoint here, clean up this change that we made right there. Change it back to 8, maybe even less than that, maybe 6 or 7 seconds is feeling a little bit better. Let's do that. Okay, so now just verifying, bring it up, about 6 to 7 seconds, it should drop down. Good. Let me try something else. As it drops down, I'm going to hit the select X button. I think it's going to be problematic. Yeah, we just lost it as it was going down. Okay. All right, good. Did we just take care of everything that was on my list of what I wanted to worry about today? Certainly in the cards UI we did. Yeah, that one's done. Okay, cool. So we got rid of all of that. We solved that problem as well. That's for something later. The other piece I wanted to look at, maybe I'll just look at it here, and that is in the Card Maker app. To work on that, that's a little tricky. It's kind of a fundamental shift. I think I'm going to raid you. That's what I think I'm going to do. I'll say thanks everybody for watching. That's what I'm going to do. We'll raid another channel. Give us a follow if you're not already following us yet. I'm going to send you over to Oh Bother, one of my favorite folks out here in the Live Coders team. Does some great hardware related stuff. If I had nothing to do with my life, I'd watch this guy all day. Thanks so much, and we will see you tomorrow.